Hey, Matt.
So you had us discuss Hannah Montana season 3, episode 5, Killing Me Softly with His Height. Not even a good pun for this title.
Nope.
I'm
Nope.
gonna read the Wikipedia
But
summary
let's
real
be
fast.
clear. This isn't like a Dylan pick.
No.
This is apparently Hannah Montana's 20 years old, so let's vomit about that.
Yeah, I mean, we can do that. We can do that.
20 years ago.
So here's the Wikipedia plot summary.
Yeah.
It said, while Christmas shopping at the mall, Miley meets Connor, a cute guy who is considerably shorter than she is. She accepts his offer for a date only to spend it inadvertently, yet repeatedly referencing their height difference. He ends the disastrous evening when Miley can't bring herself to kiss him, leaving her feeling shallow yet determined to get a second chance with him. Meanwhile, Jackson and Robbie bend over backwards to please their neighbor in exchange for a letter of recommendation to help Jackson get into his desired college. Something that you might notice about that plot summary is that the only mention of Christmas is while Christmas shopping at the mall. Which like the Christmas part does come into play in the final act, but up until that, like the subplot could have been in the middle of the summer for all I care.
Oh yeah, this could have taken place any time of the year. I mean, honestly, it's more of a Valentine's Day plot headline anyway, like with the dating and whatnot. I don't know, man. I was hopeful. I haven't seen this before. You kidding me? Like we're sitting there and just trying to looking at dates and listen, Hannah Montana was gigantic. It was huge and absolutely huge.
It is worth saying that the human Miley Cyrus has proven to be astronomically more talented than what Hannah Montana is. Yeah.
than what we
witnessed here. I truly believe this. And this is not...
Yeah, I agree.
Well, no. I'm about to say a whole other thought.
Oh, okay.
But I think you might still agree with this. You can say it wasn't made for you. You can say whatever you want. But I truly, in my heart of hearts, believe that the 2000s era of Disney sitcoms is the worst era of scripted comedy that has ever been produced. Like Hannah Montana, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, like all this whole like chunk of 5 to 10 years where they were producing these forced laugh track sitcoms. I just watch them and I'm like, this is so hacky. Like it's so hacky. And like Nickelodeon was just as bad around that time. Like there was just something
100%
about the kids sitcom era of that time period where it's like we look back at like Boy Meets World and those jokes still work. And I don't think that they're from I showed an episode of Boy Meets World to one of Barb's kids and he was laughing at all the appropriate punchlines because they're well scripted shows. These are like comedy 101 punch set, like first joke I wrote down Miley's shopping and she's getting a blow dryer for her dad and she's like, he can even use it on his back hair, which is like what a hacky joke. But then she goes, and it came with a free comb. And then her friend, just being Mrs. Setup for joke, is like, hey, speaking of which, have you considered what you might be purchasing for your brother Jackson? she's like, a comb. Ba-da-bop.
Waka waka.
You're just like, oh my God. Like the setups are just, it's one of two things, right? It's like the setups you can see from a mile away, or you go into like the Nickelodeon stuff that's happening at this time with like your Victoriouses and your like all of those different shows where it's just like the concepts are so out there.
Like, they're so wild, absolutely ridiculous. There's no like all of this is adults writing for children that don't understand how children
not at all
communicate.
Not at all. Like these, if you told me that the writers of Hannah Montana then went on to do like 2 Broke Girls and 2.5 Men, I'd be like, yeah, Obviously.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
This is that same level of comedy. Like,
justice for Lily. I think she has some genuinely decent comedic timing.
She does. Listen, there's
Emily Osment.
I'm wondering if you had said that you had gotten one chuckle, and I'm wondering if it's the same thing that made me chuckle. Is it in the very end? Is it basically
the very end?
Okay,
yeah.
So I'm going to guess that we laughed at the same joke, which is we're going to jump to the end of this. Everybody is opening gifts that they've received from Jackson. And Hannah Montana opens her present, and it's this beautiful dress that she then realizes was a dress she already bought 2 weeks ago that he stole from her room. And then her friend Lily opens up her gift, and she's like, oh my God, this is a beautiful top. And Hannah Montana's like, that's my top as well. And then it cuts to their male friend. And he goes, I don't know if I want to open my gift.
That was the one, dude. I legitimately started belly laughing. I was like, this is wild. Why is this the one that got me? Like,
it's because he delivers that line perfectly. Like, it is.
He's like, I'm kind of scared to open mine now.
That is a home run for that actor, just like nailing that line read to perfection.
100%.
Can we talk about the thing that
we can talk about whatever you want to
age the worst in this is after Hannah Montana has broken this short man's heart, the short king.
Yeah,
we created the phrase short king to describe a guy like Connor,
played by Ryan Pinkston, who I really enjoyed when I was a kid, because I don't know if you know this, but for some reason this kid popped up in everything in the early 2000s. He was all over Punk'd. Like he was constantly playing in Punk'd. He played one of the kids in
he was in the Spy Kids
3.
Yeah.
Like, it was just so random what you would see this kid in.
He was a shoplifter in Bad Santa. Oh my God, he's 100%. In Extreme Movie.
Yes, he is. Of course he is. This plot line is so stupid.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb, but it leads to one of these moments where I'm just like, oh no, which is a full song and dance scene where Miley Cyrus is doing the kneecaps on shoes to look short bit. And she's barely moving, like she can't walk around. So she's just over exaggerating her upper half. And you're just listen, I'm not proud of this.
This was one step away.
We all did this at one point in our lives, but it was
this is one
great.
step away from Tiptoes.
Yeah, it is.
This is what they had Gary Oldman do in Tiptoes, bro.
You're just this what is this?
Ugh.
It's such, and the song sucks. It's all bad. Someone yells at her off camera, and I legitimately thought it was David Cross. I'm like, is Dave Cross gonna come out and do because I'm not sure. Hannah Montana, there was a day I was at my friend's apartment.
Yeah.
And we watched 5 hours of Hannah Montana.
That is insane.
Well,
that is an insane thing to say. After having just watched this episode, my sister was into Hannah Montana, but she was much more of an iCarly kid.
Yeah. Which was a better written show. It was still bad, but it was it was better than this.
After watching this, there are some kids shows that I'll watch and I'll be like, I missed out on this. Honestly, I wouldn't mind watching a little bit more than this. I watched this with I cannot wait to not be doing this anymore.
So let me stress a few things. First of all,
5 hours.
First of all, we didn't enjoy any episode of Hannah Montana. What had happened was we were flipping through the channels and Gilbert Gottfried was on, and we're like, Gilbert Gottfried's on an episode of Hannah Montana. So basically what we agreed to was, all right, we're going to keep this on. We were just shooting this shit. We weren't actively watching, but we're let's see how much Gilbert Gottfried is in this episode. And he was in it a lot. And we're like, all right, well, that was a fun experiment. And then the next episode started, and it was the fucking guy from Anchorman who played Chief. I can't remember his name, but he was in everything. And we're like, this guy's on it. So then it just turned into, we're going to keep this on until an episode starts that doesn't have a weird celebrity guest that like blows our mind that they did Hannah Montana. The like amount of weird celebrity cameos that happened throughout this show's run is psychotic. And so to me, I'm like, maybe this will be David Cross. Why wouldn't it be? So many other people punched way lower than they needed to be on this show in the past. So that was kind of the only reason why we did that.
You guys watched 5 hours of Hannah Montana to spot the celebrity.
Spot the celebrity, you know? Listen, we've all done crazy things in college.
Are you a fan of young adult novels?
Have you ever wondered the stories behind the people who wrote your favorite young adult novels?
Then join author Eric J. Brown
and Alyssa Lube of Netflix's The Circle
every other Tuesday on YAOK.
Available on all podcasting apps.
Woo!
We do have to talk about the episode.
Do we?
We do. Because I watched it.
Yeah. Well, so let's talk about the Christmas part of this episode, which is probably one of the least offensive moments of the overall show. Is she goes to apologize to Connor, and he is
okay, so they go on a date.
Yeah.
Okay, so like hold on.
Yeah, let's talk about this.
Nobody on here knows who Connor is.
Okay, yeah. So she's at the mall. She bumps into this guy who's sitting with her male friend, whose name I don't remember. Oliver. And Oliver is like not interested in a perfectly attractive girl who's into him. And they're like, what the hell's wrong with her? And it was like something really dumb that he didn't like about.
She has gigantic feet, apparently.
She has big feet. And, you know, Miley is giving him hell for like, you got to be a real douchebag to not be interested in somebody for something.
You got to be real shallow.
Yeah. And then Connor asks her out on a date and she's like, heck yeah. And then he jumps down from the stool and he is much shorter than she is.
He is like 3 inches.
Like 3 inches shorter. Yeah.
Like it's not even the way they act.
Oh yeah, like he needs a step stool to kiss her. You'd think
2 foot tall. Yeah. Like this kid is maybe 3-4 inches shorter than the other 3 kids. Like it doesn't make any sense. The astronomical amount that this is blown out of proportion is absolutely insane. But they end up going on a date.
They go on a date and she sucks during the entirety of this date.
The whole time everything she says is a short pun.
Yeah.
By mistake.
It's you know, this type of humor was handled so much better in Wayne's World 2.
Yes. That's exactly
with the guy with 2 different color eyes, where he's like, I got to make sure that I cross
and dot our
lowercase J's. Or even Austin Powers.
Still a great bit.
Yeah, you know what? Michael Myers really did love this bit. Now that I'm looking back on it,
the mole bit.
Yeah, the mole bit. You have a mole.
Yeah. But I feel like they like leaned into that where this was so one note. This was just so one note the whole time.
But Connor lets him go. He's like whatever.
Connor's kind of ignore. Yeah.
I'm gonna be the bigger man and move on from here. But then like the punchline of all of this is they get to her house. Now here's the thing with Connor. Despite the fact that she cannot get over his height and seems like a terrible person, he's still like, I'm going to try to get a fucking kiss at the end of this goddamn date. So
he's not very observant.
No. So he's trying to kiss her unsuccessfully, so he has to get a step stool to reach
He grabs a skateboard. He grabs a skateboard to stand on top of.
Which, I mean, not a stable thing to stand on, but whatever. No. And this is where she still doesn't kiss him, and he leaves dejected, and she feels bad about herself, as she should. And and then we get this whole like, I gotta go apologize to him. So she goes back to the mall where he works, and it turns out he works as an elf for the Santa Claus.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of more jokes that aren't very great there, but I do love that her way of trying to get close to him to properly apologize is that her and Lily have to be a 2-person reindeer
for no reason.
For no reason.
So like she shows up and she's like, I gotta go apologize. She scoots by the line, excuse me, sorry, goes up there, and he's like, I mean, she gives this really like half-hearted apology where like she's not sorry. She's just feels bad. So she's apologizing and he's like, get out of here. Like I've heard it all before. Like, I don't need friends. I don't need any more friends. Go away.
Yeah.
So she goes away. And then the only thing that changes is they're dressed as reindeer. And then she does the same thing.
Yeah.
Just pushes everybody out of the way, goes up and says, I'm sorry again. Yeah. And so now they just take the conversation to a different room.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what was the point of dressing up as a reindeer?
Because
you weren't sneaking by anyone.
Well, because you got
the bit.
There was one decent joke out of Lily, which is Lily is the ass of this reindeer.
Yes.
And at one point they take a picture.
Is it the blink?
Yeah, I blinked. Which again, like, that's the end of the joke. But of course, like, then Miley Cyrus has to be like, doesn't matter. Like, we get it. The joke is like, like,
and I think that happens a lot with this show.
Yeah,
where
there's a
like,
somewhat good joke that's actually made worse by a follow-up punchline explaining the joke.
And it's usually, and I mean, this portion could be a coincidence, but it's usually like, okay, another character got a funny in, but we can't have it end there. Like, we have to have Miley say something.
Well, it's the Hogan's got to pose at the end, brother. Like,
yep, exactly. That's exactly what it is. Like, Hogan's going over, dude. Like that's what's gonna happen, and that's kind of what happens here. I will say that there's a subplot here involving Jackson trying to get into college, and as horrible of a person as Billy Ray Cyrus is, he did get me like smiling a few times in this.
He lands a couple jokes.
Yeah.
I won't deny that.
His like subplot is the most Christmassy as he's trying to like shape this Christmas tree.
Yeah, it's something. The actor who plays the neighbor,
yes,
like there was a whole lineage of weird adult actors at this time that just played these characters.
Yep.
Like wildly inappropriate adult man getting children to do free labor for weird purposes.
And apparently these are twin actors.
Apparently, because when the sisters showed up and then it was revealed that it wasn't him in a costume, I was floored.
I was like, how did they do this? And now I'm looking, and apparently these are twin actors, which that's cool. Sweet.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's good stuff.
Good for them. I don't know what to say anymore about this stupid show. I can't believe this thing got as big as it did.
It did have I feel like this was supposed to be a celebrity, but it didn't say anything, so I'm assuming not. Was his super hot cousin that was outside.
So his super hot cousin is played by Lisa Rinna, who has been in 606 episodes of Days of Our Lives.
Okay, so
she also played the mom in Community of the asshole high school kids that come to visit the community college.
That's why I recognized her, because I did recognize her, and I'm like, I have no clue who this human is, but I recognize her.
Yeah, she played the mom with the high school kids.
Oh, what was the stupid shit that they would say after?
I don't remember.
Oh God, man!
Hey, go watch that. If you're listening to this, go watch that episode of Community instead of watching this.
That's a good tip. I support that.
That's
tip.
all I got, man. This show is horrendous.
This is really bad.
Like, is there if anybody's listening to this that is a Hannah Montana fan, I challenge you to give me an episode to watch that is a good episode, because this is bottom tier garbage that we have covered on this show, and we've covered some garbage.
This is one of our worst. This is one of the worst that we've ever done.
It just made me this was like strangely offensive.
It was, but you know what it was? It was strangely offensive, but not actually offensive.
Yeah.
Because what was offensive, like, I think of this Seinfeld quote, and I know you're not a big Seinfeld guy, but there's this episode where Jerry's dentist is converting to Judaism.
Okay.
And he keeps telling Jewish jokes now that he's converting. And Jerry is like kind of put off by it. And there's a point where he goes to a church confessional and is talking to the priest and is saying, like, one of your previous attendees is converting to Judaism, and and he keeps telling Jewish jokes. And the priest says, "So this is offending you as a Jew?" And he says, "No, it's offending me as a comedian."
Yeah. That's kind of what it is.
That's kind of what it is.
Yeah.
It's not offending me that it's offensive. I don't mind something being offensive. Just be good if you're good. Like it's gotta be a good joke.
Guys,
and there's no
I'm gonna
good
let
jokes
everyone
in here. Like,
I'm gonna let everyone in on a little secret. I am a shorter gentleman.
Yeah, you're a short king too, man.
I don't have a lot of height. However, none of the jokes about this person being short were funny. They were just bad. They were really terrible. They were awful.
That's the problem. It really is.
And I'm like, no one acts like this.
Yeah, it's that the jokes suck. That's the most offensive part about the whole damn thing.
But as we said, I got a belly laugh from Oliver's bit at the end.
Yeah.
And that was fun.
Well,
and his brother's in that band Metro Station.
Oh, Shake, 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 Shake. Yeah.
Yeah. Mitchell Musso's brother, the kid who plays Oliver's brother, is in Metro Station, and so is Miley's brother.
I was going to say more infamously, Miley Cyrus's brother is in that.
Yeah. Yeah, that.
And I guess, before we sign off, just a quick reminder that the actor who played Jackson was like 20-something at the time that they were filming.
That was absolutely wild.
Yeah.
And the reason I found that out was because of his role in American Pie Bandcamp.
Yeah.
Because he plays Stifler's brother's roommate or whatever the hell.
Yeah. You're like, oh, this is an adult man that just looked like a teenager. Anyway, that is it for Hannah Montana. We will...
Yeah, happy 20 years, Hannah Montana. I can't believe that show came out 20 years ago.
It's been a party in the USA ever since, still.
That it has. Ugh.
Whoa, whoa, now we won't stop till the big ball drops on New Year's. Happy holiday, have a great holiday, have a merry happy holiday.
You're listening to the Geekscape Network.